WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cash Matlock. And a Eupora high school teacher accused of misconduct is no longer employed with the school district. Family members of an alleged victim tell WCBI News the teacher was paying for sexual favors. In a statement, Webster County Superintendent Brian Tyler Jones says on Thursday, Eupora high school administrators were made aware of alleged misconduct by an employee. Jones says an immediate investigation was initiated into the allegations. The employee is no longer employed by Webster County Schools. The school district does not plan to release any further information. WCBI will not release the name of the teacher because charges have not been filed at this time. The Webster County Sheriff's Department tells WCBI at the moment the case involves one student. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is taking full control of this investigation. Well, business is brisk at Alan Jones Used Cars in Lowndes County, but customers are calling and coming by for all the wrong reasons. They're looking for cars from a Facebook account apparently set and run by scammers. We talked to the owners about what they've experienced over the last few days. Our Andrea Self has the latest.
The phones at Alan Jones Used Cars have not stopped ringing.
Every 30 seconds the phone rings. We've had today over 500 to 600 phone calls.
And people in the market for an automobile have been driving in droves.
People are showing up from Birmingham, the coast, Matheson, all over.
The problem is the recent boom in business is the result of a scam. Someone has created a Facebook page with the name AJ Used Cars Incorporated. The page advertises cars for sale at low prices. Cars that typically cost between $15,000 and $20,000 are being advertised for less than $2,500.
People, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. Do not fall for, you cannot buy a $20,000 car for $5,000. It does not exist.
All the information on the page is fake, except the listed address, 8316 Highway 12, Steens, Mississippi. That's not AJ Used Cars Incorporated address. It's Alan Jones Used Cars address located in Lowndes County.
Do not give them your email or send them any money. It is a false. And we have nothing, Alan Jones Used Cars has nothing to do with AJ Used Cars.
Jones says the scam artist is collecting down payments and payments to hold cars and then sending those buyers to his business. He's contacted local authorities and Facebook and says all he can do now is wait.
And it's awful. It's an awful experience. We can't even run our business because of the phone ringing.
And take those phone calls.
Sir, it is a scam. We've got hundreds of phone calls about them. Do not give them your phone number or your email or send them any money. It's all a scam, sir. Thank you.
Jones' only concern now, what happens this weekend at his car lot.
The people are sending them down payments for cars, and they're telling people to come pick the cars up tomorrow. Well, people that come here to our lot that have paid these people a down payment and we don't have their car, they're not going to be real happy.
The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department is investigating.
We've got a beautiful sky off to the west as the sun sets. The clouds and showers have cleared on out. We're left with temperatures now generally in the 40s and low 50s. Still, winds continue to be a bit breezy between 6 and 12 miles an hour. They'll continue to calm down into tonight. The last of the clouds are clearing out. We're left in with a clear night tonight. And then heading into our Sunday, really a beautiful day is coming here. It will feel very much like spring outside as temperatures climb into the 60s, even maybe low 70s in a few spots with sunshine. However, there is the chance for some showers and some thunderstorms, including the risk for some strong storms. I'll tell you all about that coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Jacob. Well, teachers' pay raises will be a major item for state lawmakers when they return to Jackson this week. WCBI's Chad Groening has more.
The Senate is proposing a $1,000 a year pay raise for teachers for the 2020-21 school year. Chad McMahon represents Senate District 6, which is Leon and Itawamba counties, and sits on the Education Committee.
It's important to remember that a $1,000 a teacher pay raise equates to $52 million and $52 million to the general fund. So, you know, we're never going to be able to pay teachers what they're worth, but we're certainly going to do a lot better. It's important to me as a Republican that we try to get to the southeastern average and beyond. I think that we can do that.
McMahon says if this raise receives final approval, it will mean the starting salaries in the Magnolia State will be $37,000 a year.
And I want to reach out directly to the educators right now and remind them that they're getting a raise, and it's a non-election year. We're doing this because it's a priority in the state Senate and in the House of Representatives. It's a priority for your legislature to be sure that our educators are receiving a fair compensation package.
Randy Boyd represents House District 19 and sits on the House Education Committee.
$1,000 this year will be an added incentive for people to go into education and do a good job in education. We've got some outstanding teachers in this state, and you can see from the results that we've shown for the last few years, our graduation rate is at or higher than the national average. When I started back 9 years ago, that wasn't the case. We were at least 12 points below, maybe 14 points below the national average in graduation rate.
And Boyd says people outside the state are beginning to take notice.
They talked about some of the things that we've done in education as being the Mississippi Miracle, and I think we're building on that. And I intend to see that we continue to grow that way. Anything I do down there, that's something we've got to do. We've got to get out of this stereotypical thing that the rest of the nation thinks about Mississippi, but we're better than that.
Chad Groening, WCBI News.
The 2020 legislative session is supposed to last until early May. Well, in national news, the end of the road for the president's impeachment trial. A date is now set for the final vote, one that appears set for acquittal. And the chances of a conviction were drastically reduced yesterday when Republicans denied the Democrats' proposal to call new witnesses and introduce new evidence. Mr. Trump is set to deliver the State of the Union before a joint session of Congress on Tuesday night. The address will come a day before the Senate will vote. Mr. Trump is spending the weekend at his Florida resort. Ben Tracy is traveling with the president.
A confident Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell left the Capitol last night after beating back a last-ditch effort by Democrats to call new witnesses.
I send an amendment to the desk to subpoena John R. Bolton.
Republicans held firm on all the key votes.
Mr. Alexander. No.
With only Susan Collins of Maine and Utah's Mitt Romney siding with the Democrats to hear more evidence.
I know you're the greatest deliberative body in the world, but not even you can deliberate in a trial without witnesses.
The House managers hope to subpoena former National Security Advisor John Bolton, who says he's willing to testify. According to the New York Times, Bolton's upcoming book describes a meeting in the Oval Office last May in which President Trump personally pushed Bolton to help pressure the Ukrainians to dig up dirt on his political rivals. That meeting was just days after Joe Biden announced he was running for president. The Times also reported that one of the president's lead attorneys, Pat Cipollone, may have been a witness himself to the pressure campaign. President Trump denies Bolton's allegations.
So here you have the president saying John Bolton is not telling the truth. Let's find out. Let's put John Bolton under oath.
But the president's attorneys argued that hearing from any witnesses would be a waste of time.
There's no need for that, because these articles of impeachment on their face are defective.
Yet even some Republican senators who plan to vote to acquit the president believe he did something wrong. Senator Lamar Alexander acknowledges the president withheld U.S. aid, at least in part, to pressure Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. And Florida Republican Marco Rubio said, just because actions meet a standard of impeachment does not mean it is in the best interest of the country to remove a president from office.
I still hope they'll do the right thing and vote to convict.
Now, that final vote to convict or acquit the president will take place at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. The president gives the State of the Union address on Tuesday night, and Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the president's biggest supporters, he said the president would be wise not to mention impeachment during that speech.
Commercials, besides football, are one of the best parts of the big game. More on what you can expect to see between the plays after the break.
You're watching WCBI News at 6 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Well, Welcome back, everyone. All 77 commercial spots during the Super Bowl sold out in record time, despite massive price tags at nearly $5.6 million for 30 seconds of airtime. It's not only the biggest day in sports, but competition for advertisers, that is. And Kenneth Craig reports the battle for the best commercial is already underway.
It's become one of the most talked about Super Bowl ads days before the game itself. Planters killing off Mr. Peanut after 104 years as its mascot.
Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No!
In the wake of Kobe Bryant's death, Planters paused its social media campaign featuring the fiery crash, but will release ads on Sunday. Advertising expert Linda Kaplan-Thaler says other advertisers may be scrambling to make their own changes.
Are we likely to see some sort of tribute or nod to Kobe in some grand way?
I would not be at all surprised if somebody pulled their advertising and created some kind of tribute.
Ahead of the most watched TV event of the year, Amazon teased its Alexa commercial with Ellen and Portia de Rossi.
What do you think people did before Alexa?
Alexa, turn the temperature down 2 degrees.
But Kaplan-Thaler believes Hyundai's new Sonata ad, featuring recognizable faces and that Boston accent, could be the most memorable.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
Smart Pack?
Just hit the clicker, car packs itself.
It's smart.
Fresh off his Grammys wins, Lil Nas X is selling Doritos with an Old Town Road theme. And MC Hammer is making a comeback with Cheetos.
You can't touch this.
There will be commercials that aim to unite us, like Budweiser's new spot, and messages of female empowerment.
I always knew I wanted to be a coach.
Hey, Rock, I got these eggs. What do you want to do with them?
Experts say even in the digital age, TV spots during the Super Bowl are one of the few places brands can be sure their advertising will be seen. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Overnight tonight, temperatures drop down into the middle 30s out there as clouds clear on out. We do get lots of sunshine on Sunday, but rain and storms are back in the forecast. I'll tell you when right after this.
Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
We are heading for a clear and quiet night tonight. Temperatures already dropping down into the 40s in some spots. Winds will continue to turn. They'll end up out of the south and west tonight. Here's where we're sitting at right now. We're at 47 in Columbus, 48 in West Point, Starkville dropping down to 43, still 50 in Ackerman, Louisville at 51. You can see the back edge of the clouds here clearing on out to the east. The showers are done. A few of us got some slight showers earlier today. We will be heading for the clear night, not only tonight, but even into the morning hours. And with a clear sky, temperatures dropping down into the middle 30s overnight tonight. I think by morning we'll see south and west winds between 2 and 6 miles an hour. Here's the low tonight: 36 in Vernon, 37 in Aliceville, 39 in Ackerman, Winona and Coffeyville down to 38. I've also got us at 38 in New Albany. There goes the clouds tonight. We'll be left with those turning winds and calming winds as well, and lots of sunshine as we head into our Sunday. A beautiful day is coming for us. Really, this is about as great as we can get. Not a cloud in the sky, lots of sun, temperatures warming up quite nicely too, and that will continue into Sunday afternoon and evening. With lots of sunshine, that will help us warm into the upper 60s, perhaps low 70 in a spot or two. South and west winds will be 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'll place us at 66 in Tupelo and in Fulton, 67 in Houston and in Aberdeen, 66 also in Pontotoc, West Alabama, Solagent, 66, 66 in Vernon, 67 in Aliceville, and lots of sunshine into the Golden Triangle, 69 in Macon and in Columbus, as well as in Louisville, 68 in Ackerman. I think one or two spots may very well hit the big 7-0 with the sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Here's the big picture across the region. We are seeing all of this dry and quiet weather here for Sunday. Unfortunately, it is short-lived, though. A quick taste of spring. Spring, they'll bring showers and storms around our region, and that's exactly what happens by the time we head into Monday evening. Already seeing some showers into the region. We'll likely see some showers and even thunderstorms, especially Tuesday into Wednesday with an approaching cold front. Across the region, there is some chance for strong to severe weather. That's something we'll watch here. Tuesday seems to be maybe in some of our area, but mostly off to our west. I think our chance comes on Wednesday during the daytime, and then that severe threat carries off to the east on Thursday. Not a big threat right now, and there still is a bit of uncertainty here. We'll have to watch the storm track and the intensity, but I think it's a fair game that some gusty winds and heavy rain are possible from Tuesday evening, perhaps all the way into Wednesday night before things wrap up with the passage of that cold front. As we see our 7-day forecast here, lots of sunshine coming on Sunday, an isolated shower Monday afternoon and evening. The best chance for rain and storms is Tuesday and Wednesday. That cold front sends us back to the 50s into the weekend.
Big game over at the Humphrey Coliseum. Mississippi State playing host to Tennessee. A recap of this afternoon when we come back.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
February marks the home stretch for college basketball. This matchup for Mississippi State extremely important. MSU taking on Tennessee at home in the Humphrey Coliseum. And according to ESPN college basketball expert Joe Lunardi, this one might determine whether or not Mississippi State actually has the chance of making the big dance. Let's get to Starkville for this one. Robert Woodard and MSU taking on the Vols, looking to add to that tournament resume. First half, 14 minutes to go. Guard Tyson Carter looking inside to Reggie Perry. Slams it home. MSU ahead 13-6. Middle of the first half. Guard Santiago Vescovi drives to the hoop, makes the reverse layup. Vols down 2. 13-11. Under 10 in the half. Vescovi comes off the screen, finds guard Yves Pons cross court for 3. MSU trails 19-17. Under 5 before the break. Guard Nick Weatherspoon looking for an open man. Finds guard DJ Stewart off the glass. MSU trailing 26-25. Early second half, Weatherspoon gets a down low to Perry. The spin move, the and one. State goes up 45-40. Next possession, Vols. Guard Jalen Johnson with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Vescovi for 3. Nylon. MSU 45-43. 13 to go in the second. Weatherspoon drives. Dish to Woodard. Throws down the two-hand slam. State goes up 47-43. Next possession, State. Weatherspoon finds Stewart in the corner. Knocks down the 3. State goes up 50-45. Middle of the second half, Perry out in transition, finds Stewart on the ring from deep, pulls up, bottom. State leads 53-45. 8 remaining in the game. Perry with the rock, falls out of bounds, but throws to Stewart, pulls up, and the finish at the rim. MSU up 63-52. Under 5 to go, shot clock winding down. Stewart from the top of the key, money. Stewart finishing with 20 points on the day. State gets the victory in this one, 86-73. Remember how we talked about State's tournament chances earlier because of this game? Here's what MSU head coach Ben Howland had to say on that topic after the game.
This was a huge win for us. I mean, Lunardi had us his first 4 out the last time I heard. We just got to keep taking care of our business here and one game at a time. We're in a position here now where we got the halfway point coming up Tuesday night against the most talented team in our league and the toughest place to play in our league. So it's a great opportunity.
There's a trend in conference play for Ole Miss men's basketball. That trend being that the Rebels keep losing and losing and losing. Some days it's the team shooting, others it's foul trouble, and a lot of it is just finishing games down the stretch. Being that we're midway through the season, at some point it feels like something's got to give, right? Ole Miss hoping the game against 22nd ranked LSU today would be just that. Let's head down to Baton Rouge. The Rebels not off to a great start. Early in the second half, guard Brian Tyree knocking down his first bucket. The Rabs leading scorer only with 9, LSU up 40-29. Guard Devontae Schuler, the standout today, hits the long 2. LSU up 65-47 and 2.5 remaining. Schuler for 3, bottom. Schuler finishing with a game high 28 points. points. Rebels down 71-57. A minute to go. Forward Sammy Hunter pulls the spin jumper, gets it to go. The Rain Tigers, too much for the Rebels. Ole Miss falls to 22nd ranked LSU 73-63. The Rebels fall to 1-7 in SEC play. Ole Miss hosts South Carolina coming up on Wednesday. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back. Stay with us.
Well, guys, I hope you bought your lottery tickets. If you're looking for those lucky Powerball and Mega Millions numbers, you're going to find them on TV right here on WCBI. You're going to see the winning numbers just before the 10 o'clock newscast. Now, last night, that was the Mega Millions numbers. Powerball numbers will be announced tonight. Now, WCBI is the only station to carry the winning numbers in this part of the state, so be sure to switch over to WCBI if you're checking out our 9 o'clock CW broadcast. So switch over. You're going to see those Powerball ticket numbers on the bottom of your screen there. So
that's exciting. I think the weather is also handing out Powerball numbers too. Is it safe to say that? This is 7-day forecast, 60s, 70s, 50s, we've got 30s, we've got 40s, all those numbers all across the board. We'll watch for rain and storms Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe a few showers on Thursday. We go from spring to spring storms to back to more of a winter-like weather heading into the weekend.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will see you back here tomorrow.